What if the man you welcomed into your family, the man who promised to protect your daughter, became the very knife that stabbed your heart? David Miller, a 58-year-old businessman in Chicago, smiled proudly on the day of his daughter Emily's wedding. He hugged her tightly, then placed her hand into the hands of Mark Johnson, the man she loved. David had lost his wife years ago. Emily was all he had left. When Emily chose Mark, David embraced him as a son. He gifted Mark a high position in his real estate company, even transferred 40% shares to secure Emily's future. At dinners, David would look at Mark with soft eyes and say, "You are not just my son-in-law, Mark. You are the son I never had." Emily's heart swelled with happiness, and David felt at peace, believing his daughter was safe. But soon, cracks began to appear. Mark's smile hid greed. He started pressuring Emily, whispering at night, "Tell your father to give us more. His empire should be ours." At bars, he flirted with other women, while Emily cried silently at home. One evening she confronted him, trembling. "Mark, my father trusted you more than anyone. Don't betray him." Mark laughed coldly, eyes sharp. "Your father's time is over, Emily. Soon everything will be mine, including you." Emily's tears flowed, her heart torn between loyalty to her father and love for her husband. She chose silence, burying her pain deep inside. One stormy night, David found hidden documents in his office drawer. His hands shook as he read them. Properties transferred under Mark's name, forged signatures, betrayal carved in ink. He pressed the papers to his chest, his heart pounding. That night, he overheard Mark mocking Emily. "Your father is a fool. He gave me his empire. Soon he'll be nothing but a shadow." David's knees buckled, his eyes filled with tears, but his voice stayed quiet. In that silence, he swore, "You may think you've won, Mark, but you have no idea who you're dealing with." From that day, David played his role carefully. On the surface, he remained the kind, trusting father-in-law. Mark believed he was safe. Behind the scenes, David collected every piece of evidence: bank statements, fake contracts, recordings of Mark's cruel words. The old man's heart bled, but his mind grew sharper with every passing day. The night of the grand anniversary party arrived. The hall glittered with lights, laughter, and music. Guests, investors, friends all had gathered to celebrate David's years of success. Mark stood proudly in front of them, raising a glass. "This empire," he declared, "stands today because of my hard work. I built this legacy." Applause erupted. Emily lowered her head, her hands trembling. Then, David's voice cut through the noise. Calm, steady, chilling. "Mark, would you like to tell them whose empire this really is?" The crowd fell silent. Lights dimmed. Suddenly, the projector lit up the hall. One by one, documents appeared: proof of fraud, stolen property, recordings of Mark's arrogant laughter. Gasps filled the room. Emily's tears turned into relief as she clutched her father's arm. Mark's face turned pale. This is a lie," he shouted, but no one believed him anymore. Investors turned away. Police officers stepped forward, cuffs gleaming in the light. Mark's rage exploded. "You'll regret this, old man," he spat. David's voice cracked with pain but carried the weight of truth. "No, Mark. The only regret is that I ever called you my son." Emily's sobs broke into a smile as she whispered, "Thank you, Dad. You saved me." Mark was dragged away, his empire collapsing in minutes. The hall echoed with whispers, judgment, and betrayal exposed under the harsh light of truth. David stood tall, though tears blurred his vision. He looked at his daughter, then at the crowd, his voice trembling but firm. "Sometimes, the greatest revenge is not destroying someone with rage, but exposing them with truth when the whole world is watching." Emily hugged her father tightly. For the first time in months, she felt safe. David closed his eyes, heart heavy with loss, yet victorious in justice. The man who had tried to steal everything was left with nothing, and the father who had been betrayed proved that love and truth were stronger than greed.